May was a strong and loving woman. Life had not been easy for her. Her husband died when their only child, Ben, was still very young. From that day on, it was just the two of them, May and her son. She didn't remarry or look for another man. Instead, she poured all her love, time, and energy into raising Ben. Because of this, the bond between May and Ben became incredibly strong. They were more than just mother and son. They were best friends. They did almost everything together. They cooked together, watched movies, took walks, and especially loved sitting down to talk. They could spend hours just gisting, laughing, and cracking jokes. Anyone who saw them would smile and say, "These two are inseparable." Ben loved his mother deeply, and May loved her son even more. She was proud of the man he was becoming. But sometimes, love can become a little too much. One evening, while they were laughing over a funny story, May suddenly became serious. She looked at Ben and said, "My son, the woman you'll marry must be someone I accept. If I don't accept her, then you won't marry her, even if you love her." Ben looked at his mother, surprised. "Mama, it doesn't work that way," he said kindly. "I should be able to marry the woman I love. Of course, I want you to like her too, but it's my choice in the end." May shook her head and crossed her arms. "No, Ben, I know what is best for you. I must accept her first. If I don't, she's not coming into this family." Ben sighed. He knew his mother wasn't trying to be wicked. Deep down he could see that she was scared. Scared of losing him. Scared that once he got married, he wouldn't have time for her anymore. It was jealousy, the kind that grows from love. He didn't want to hurt her. But he also knew that one day he would fall in love, and he would have to make a choice. Some time passed, and Ben finally felt ready to introduce someone special to his mother. Her name was Shelley. She was smart, beautiful, and kind. Most importantly, Ben truly loved her. He believed she could be the one. So one sunny afternoon, he brought Shelley home to meet his mother. When May opened the door and saw Shelley, she didn't smile. She looked at her from head to toe and frowned. Shelley was dressed in a neat, stylish outfit with light makeup and fancy shoes. She spoke politely and even greeted May with respect, but it didn't matter. "This one is too posh," May said quietly to Ben after Shelley had left. "I want someone simple, someone who looks like a village girl. This one looks like she has never even cooked with firewood." Ben couldn't believe his ears. "Mama, what does that even mean?" he said, angry and disappointed. "Shelley is a good person. You didn't even give her a chance." But May refused to listen. She had made up her mind. "No, Ben, I don't want her. I can feel it. She's not for you." That night, Ben couldn't sleep. His heart was heavy. His mind was full of questions. Why was his mother acting like this? Why couldn't she just be happy for him? He felt stuck between the woman he loved and the mother he adored. The stress was starting to affect his mental health. Still, May stood her ground. Months passed. Ben tried to move on, but it wasn't easy. One day, by surprise, he met another woman, Sandra. She was charming, confident, and had a beautiful smile that lit up the room. Just like Shelley, she was also quite posh and carried herself with class. Ben fell for her quickly. They got to know each other and started dating. But this time, Ben had learned a lesson. He didn't want to lose another good woman because of his mother's judgment. So, one evening, he told Sandra the truth. "My mother is old-fashioned," he said. "She won't accept you if you come to the house looking like a city girl. I need you to look simple, like a village girl. Just for now. After we get married, you can be yourself." Sandra laughed. "You're serious?" "Yes," Ben said. "Please, just help me with this. It's important." Sandra agreed. The next day, she wore a plain gown, tied her hair back simply, and even carried a small food basket to complete the look. She looked humble and gentle, just the way May would like. When May saw her, she smiled for the first time in a long time. "Ah, this one I like," she said. "She looks like a proper woman. This one knows how to take care of a man." Ben's heart jumped with joy. He was so happy he could cry. His mother had finally given her blessing, and that was all he had ever wanted. Little did May know that Sandra was just as posh as the first woman she rejected. But this time, Ben had played his cards right. Ben and Sandra's wedding was like a fairy tale. It was grand, beautiful, and full of joy. Friends, family, neighbors, everyone came to celebrate their love. The decorations were bright, the food was delicious, and the music filled the air with happiness. Ben and Sandra danced like never before. They laughed, held hands, and looked deeply in love. It was a day to remember. After the wedding, Sandra moved into Ben's family house. The three of them, Ben, Sandra, and May, began living together like one happy family. May loved Sandra deeply. She treated her like a daughter and pampered her with care and kindness. She never suspected that behind Sandra's sweet smile, there was something dark hiding. One day, Ben had to travel for a week on a work trip. He hugged his mother and wife goodbye and promised to call every night. But after he left, things began to change. Sandra, now left alone with May, showed her true colors. On the first morning, instead of greeting May with a smile, she raised her voice at her. "Old woman, get up," she shouted. "You think your son will come and save you? He's not coming back soon." Then, to May's shock, Sandra flogged her with a cane before giving her breakfast. May couldn't believe what was happening. Her heart broke. She had accepted this woman with love, and this was what she got in return. Day after day, Sandra continued to mistreat her. She forced May to clean and mop the whole house, and only after she had finished would she give her a little food. Sometimes she wouldn't feed her at all. May cried often and regretted ever rejecting the first lady Ben had brought. She realized too late that she had judged by appearance instead of character. But everything changed one unexpected day. Ben came back home earlier than planned, hoping to surprise his wife and mother. As he stepped into the house quietly, he heard shouting. He rushed in and was shocked by the scene before him. His wife Sandra was flogging his mother like a child. Ben froze in place, his heart shattered into pieces. Without saying a word, he ran forward and pushed Sandra away from his mother. "What is going on here?" he shouted. Sandra tried to explain, but Ben didn't listen. He immediately called the police and reported the assault. The police arrived quickly and arrested Sandra. She was taken away in handcuffs, crying and begging, but the damage had already been done. Later, Sandra was sentenced to years in prison for abuse and assault. There in her prison cell, she sat alone, crying every day and regretting everything she had done. It was too late. Back home, Ben sat beside his mother and held her hand. "Mama, I'm so sorry," he whispered. "I had no idea." May, with tears in her eyes, smiled weakly. "My son, I've learned my lesson. From now on, marry whoever you love. You have my full blessing." Ben was touched. For the first time in a long time, peace returned to their home. They began to heal, slowly but surely. And this time, Ben promised to choose love based on heart, not appearance. Together, he and May lived in happiness once more. Moral lessons. 1. Never judge a person by appearance. A kind heart matters more than fancy looks. 2. Listen to your loved ones, but always trust your instincts. 3. True character is revealed over time. Be patient before making big decisions. 4. Family should be a place of love, not control or jealousy. 5. Respect for elders is a sign of true maturity. Thank you message. Thank you so much for watching this story. If you enjoyed it and learned something valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We have more powerful and touching stories coming your way, and we don't want you to miss a thing. Stay connected, stay blessed, and always remember, true love starts from the heart. See you in the next story.